What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to get ourselves involved in a little mixed media project of usefulness, ideally. So we'll see me sketching out a little grid here. And then I'm not really a straight lines guy. Always got to get a ruler. Not ever going to happen. And even with the ruler, I still screwed up. But what are we making today? So recently I've been super loving my backyard. Getting out there. Spring has sprung here in California. Where I'm located. So I've been planting away like crazy, and I think it's a reaction overall to how the world is going. I'm just seeking control over something. So I realized that one of the things I can control with these plants is the watering schedule. So I thought I'd make a pretty little watering schedule thing so that I actually try and stick to not just watering them whenever I feel like, which is every day, every second, because I love being out there. So I'm trying to organize some control over this beautiful opportunity that I have to produce some really cool food and, frankly, cool vibes in the backyard. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to draw this rose here. It'll dominate the foreground of the water schedule art thing that I'm making. But then we'll actually get out into the backyard and I'll show you everything that I've been making as well. So welcome to the video. Thank you so much for liking, following, subscribing, all that good stuff. You can find me on every single social media ever. Look at that sick transition. Oh my god, have you ever seen anything like that? I'm on my Casey Neistat shit recently, you know? I'm on my Van Neistat shit. I'm talking about control. What a weirdo. Anyways. Stick along for the ride, kind of a longer one, but at the end you'll see the finished water schedule thing and get a tour of all my plants. Peace. Okay, so watering these bad boys is a constant loving effort of hate and love. So here I am in the backyard getting out there. Every 30 seconds I would water these because I think when you're first starting you're trying to establish them. So that's fine, but now as they're kind of more established, I don't think that I need to be watering them every 30 seconds. So this water schedule has the red rose, white, yellow rose, limes, mint, thyme, basil, rosemary, corn, cabbage, lemons. Oh my god, where are we going with this camera? Anyways, I want to water them every other day. So I figure I'll check these and it'll kind of be a way to also check in with the specific plants. Here's a ladybug. Every single Cool, so these are the yellow roses. They're super tight and I love them so much. These are not planted by me, obviously, because they're growing super well. That's one thing that you'll note. So I figured I'd show you the good and the bad, you know what I mean? No sparing anything, you may as well see the full beauty. Right next to the yellow roses, by contrast, we have some guys that are kind of struggling. 2 transplant succulents. This guy over here will see we'll see both of their parent trees, but essentially I sliced them off, let them rest for like 8 hours or something like that, per the instructions I found on the internet, and then buried them in soil. So this guy you can see is kind of doing okay. I mean, you know, could be worse, right? But then this guy, I mean, he's kind of got sort of an accordion deal going on right here with the spines. I don't know if that's good. Feels like it's not. Yeah, they're just in these cool pots with a combo of some compost that I got for free, and we'll see some more of that in a second as well. These are the only parts that really give me any hope, right, that it's doing anything. And then this pot, nothing has ever grown in this pot, nothing ever will. I always have to remind myself of that. So yeah, right next to the roses is just some stuff that experimenting with, but it looks cool. Here's another section that I did not start, and these are kind of weed-like. It's just mint, so you can mix it up and crush it up into some nice mojitos, or even grind it up into some beautiful ice cream if you're feeling adventurous. But yeah, if you follow this little path that goes down to the garden shed, which we've actually cleared out for once, woo! Yay! From weeds. But then right here is just this little growing of mint. I'm sure it just likes being next to this drain. I don't know if you can see that. Yep. So yeah, really nice. Always good to have. Mint. Check. Alrighty, continuing the tour, I have some thyme, or nope, I have some rosemary right here. This is a new addition as of yesterday, so we'll see how it goes. Nothing really grows super well in this pot, but I am super stoked about it. Let's get a better look here. More rosemary. So ideally it'll grow into a big bush. I'm not sure if it'll do that in this pot. If it does, that'd be cool, but I might end up transplanting it one day. Rosemary is the best. It's such a good herb. Let's see if it grows. It's proving a little weird. One thing that's not helping it, again with the pot, is this is planted in 100% compost. I found out you're not supposed to do that, so I will have to replant it anyways. But yeah, let's just see how it does for like a couple days. It's all about some good experimentation sometimes. So yeah, look at that, a little rosemary. And then over here, we have another transplant succulent. You'll see the papa, and you saw some of its brothers, or excuse me, the mother, I guess. Super tight. It's planted in a pot. Not sure how well it's doing or if it's even alive. This one, I did not wait any time to transplant. I just stuck it right in the dirt. So I think that's not good for it. But yeah, this is another little transplanted suck. Right here, I have some basil. This is the kind that you get from the supermarket, and everybody is super ambitious when they first get it and is stoked, but it turns out super hard to grow. So I've already repotted it into this bigger pot. We'll see how it goes. Added some compost yesterday. It really likes water and it really likes sun, so it's very time intensive kind of. I'm not sure if I'm even doing it right though. But this is the longest I've ever had some basil from the supermarket last. And I'm stoked about that. Woo. Okay, over here by this section of the patio, I have some corn in a pot. I have some corn in a pot, and I have another succulent. It's like a star-shaped succulent or something like that. Literally got it yesterday, cannot remember. Super cool. Also some mud from the backyard I dug up and formed into clay over time. Nope, it was already formed into clay. I dug it up and formed it into bowls. Clay apparently is just dirt with like particles of clay in it. So you can kind of form it up if it kind of sticks and passes the clay test. Is it clay test kind of? So I made this dumb pot. Yeah, man, I'm having fun out here. It's good. So yeah, some corn and some pots, which again, 100% compost, not supposed to do that again, but hey, you know, it's a good time. This corn over here, let's get a better look there. Yeah, it's two of them in this tiny thing. It's never gonna work. Anyways, kind of saw this one already, but here's a grand Papa Suck. Cool, no idea what it's called. Big boy. Real nice pot too. Nice pot. Woo! Here is a sick ass lemon tree. Did not plant this either. There's some lemons, proof that it is a lemon tree. Sick, super cool, offers a lot of good shade, takes up a lot of space though. Really produces a lot though, so really worth it. Super cool. Right next to it is some jasmine. It's not really flowering, but it produces some white flower and really smells nice. Right next to this bender board, which I'm sure is a terrible place to plant something, I have the thyme. And it's super pretty. I almost stepped on it last night as I was walking around, so I put this stick next to it. Do you have, this is super cool. This is like a pink blueberry tree. We'll see on the card in a second, and you can kind of see, I hope, or maybe I'm just speculating or hallucinating, but they're kind of pink and cool. It's super tight, it's super pretty. I'm gonna have to net this from birds, because apparently they like to snack on the burrs. It's a good source of moisture for them. But yeah, I covered this in compost yesterday. There's a lot of clay next to this. But let's see if we can read this card. This is what it's supposed to look like. Whoa! Blueberry pink lemonade. You gotta be kidding me. Why buy? Because it's sick. Also, full sun, shrub, you know, should fit nicely next to this guy. Though I have no idea if it will. Again, we're totally flying by the seat of our pants here. I staked it too, felt right. Don't know if I was supposed to do that. Felt good. Felt good though. I felt nice doing it. As we come over here, I have some growing limes. So shrubbery. This guy's getting thick. You'll see he's kind of trying to body up before he like gets some more stems, or at least that's what I'm telling myself. Because last week, 2 weeks ago, this guy was a spindly little stick. Now these bottom stems, these two big boys, can't really see because I'm terrible with this. However, it's thickening. It's thickening like a sauce. Here's a palm tree. This little cutout in the concrete is super cute. Has this big succulent boy with a few weeds I gotta take care of. And then it has whatever's going on in here with this red cacti guy. Super cool. I don't think it's a cacti, it's a succulent. There's a much better picture of that bad boy. Really cool. He was almost dead a couple weeks ago, so that's nice. All my plants appear to be boys. They're all my young sons. So yeah, that's cool. And we got some strawberries. I have one strawberry. You'll see the netting to protect against the birds. So that's cool. And then this is the tree that the succulents were transplanted from. Wow! Alright, here's what started all this craziness. A couple months back in March, I planted a bunch of onion bulbs in this super rickety planter that I thought would fall apart overnight. There's no galvanized nails in it or anything, and I spread 2 trash bags in it. But then all of these onions sprung up like weeds. And I think they're all different kinds of onions, which is super fun. One other cool thing about this is there's some compost in here, and they're almost ready to harvest. Once the tops push through, and these stems start to yellow a little bit, they'll be all ready. So this is a combo pride project because I built this shitty thing. I mean, look at that. But, you know, onions. Kind of cool. Right behind that is this giant palm tree. There's another giant palm tree. Didn't plant those. Aloe vera. Aloe vera. This stuff is super cool. I can actually hack off one of these tendrils and go ahead and squeeze it out, and it's actually aloe vera. So my white ass, when it gets burnt, I have something to contend the sun with, to moisturize my body's largest organ, my heart. No, just kidding, my skin. So anyway, back in these buckets, back by the wall, I have some flowers. Yep. Nah, what a surprise. And then I have some suck. So this big suck was in a pot that was basically filled with water, and so I drilled some holes in the side of it. You can't really see, but there was water pouring out of these holes like nobody's business. It was Niagara Falls. So once it drained, this guy has shot up and really done well. You can see kind of like an Elden Ring monster though. The roots have extended down from this bottom guy because when it was filled with water, the best way to go ahead and access clean soil, is my best guess, is to grow an auxiliary root system. So that's super cool. Anyways, drain that out. Should be no need for that now, I guess. Here's some transplant sucks. They're doing all right, I think. This guy on the left is doing the best. It looks like there's a bunch of weeds, but that's grass I pulled up and pulled over it. So that one's super low energy, just like a lot of them. Go Rams. Here's the source of that noise. And then we walk over here, and my pride and joy. These strobs in this thing are a specific type that I forget. I think they're called like Adonis strawberries or something, Adonis. But I have them all knitted up, and there's some super sick flowering going on. I don't think there's any berries yet compared to the other spot, but whatever. Over here, we have some cabbage. Cabbage. I don't really fuck with that shit, but whatever. Some more flowers, kind of trying to inspire bees to come over, and some more flowers. And then right here, I have the red rose bush, not planted by me, but it will grow. And I think that's about it, y'all. Hey, what's going on, everybody? The microphone is different because I unplugged it. I literally forgot the most difficult final boss. It's the grass, Kentucky bluegrass. So about a week back, I forked this all up, and then I spread out seeds, Kentucky bluegrass seeds, and then yesterday I composted over, some of the areas. So this is the final portion that I'm considering a plant because apparently it's supposed to grow in a couple weeks from now. I got the hiccups. Damn. Anyways, just a quick addendum. This is the final boss. If you have stuck around this long in the video, I love you. And your firstborn child will be a Olympian. And bless your heart. Here's the water schedule painting. A little time lapse here. Just drawing some purple flowers and adding onto the rose and all that good stuff. Please like, comment, subscribe. Even though I can't spell organically, whatever. Share with a friend and be good. Do some planting. Let me know how it is. Just film a video, send it to me. I will watch it. All I'm doing is this, so let me know. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Talk to you soon. See you in the next one. I think this will roll for a couple more minutes, but otherwise, enjoy the music and we out.